So today I'm talking about having your moon in a water sign. So first and foremost, I sincerely apologize if the lighting in this video is awful. Kind of working with what I got, so I also spent the day out in the rain, so I think it looks like I have, and I apologize for that as well. Moving right along though, so water signs are typically the most in tune with their feelings. So where the moon, primarily has to do with your emotions and your emotional reactions for things, you would think that having your moon in a water sign would make the most sense, right? In a way it does, but alternatively, it can make things a lot more complicated because the person is so deep, with their emotions. Years ago, I read this article about whether it's better to be a shallow person or a deep person. And they made, the observation that a shallow person is safe in shallow waters, and yes, not everything has deep, significant meaning, but for a person that's deep, they may be drowning because they can't stand on their own 2 feet, even though they do have more complex thoughts and ideas and see life in a different light, it may not always pay to be deep. I think deep is cool though, so just keep that in mind. So, I totally forgot in my last video to put the times of when to skip to. For if you only want Cancer, if you only want Scorpio, you only want Pisces. So I will try to put that here. I'm as lame as they come. Okay, so Cancer. And Cancer is, in its ruler. Obviously, the moon rules Cancer, so this is a more comfortable place for the moon to be in. So I talk about when you have your moon, what makes each sign in their moon feel secure. And with Cancer, that is definitely family and home. Those are the most important things to them, and that is where their security lies. A Cancer moon needs to feel like it has a home and a family. Whether that family be a birth family, or if it's like a group of friends, one person, a dog, whoever it is, they need to feel like they have a family, and they need to feel like they have some place they can call home. It keeps them feeling safe. A Cancer moon prefers more peaceful times spent with people or whoever that they consider family, as opposed to wild, crazy, outrageous times. Yes, they might participate in those times, but they prefer the more peaceful times. Got what I'm saying? Cancer moons tend to be very receptive people, and they genuinely care about others. They can be pretty moody and also really nostalgic to a fault. It is truly a struggle for a Cancer moon to let go, whether it's of a person, of a thing, of a job, of a favorite movie. I don't know. That one was random. I don't really think that's involved, but whatever. But especially for somebody that they love, they find it very difficult to let go when, say a relationship comes to an end, whether it's due to a breakup, death, just the way that life works out. They have a really hard time letting the past be in the past. These people are really good listeners, and they tend to be sociable because people feel comfortable around them because, like I said, they genuinely care about others. They're good listeners, so it's really a good friend to have. They tend to be pretty laid back. They can be very protective of the people that they care about and love, and sometimes they need to just take a step back and evaluate their feelings against, other feelings that are evoked by who they're surrounding themselves with. They sometimes let other people's emotions and drama take over their own lives, and they need to be careful not to do that. Cancer moons might cry easily because they're so sensitive, but this sensitivity also makes them very intuitive, especially in reading other people. So some celebrities with a Cancer moon. We have Shakira, Tay Swift. Oh, I forgot. I literally gasped when I was doing this. I was like, hold on, I'll explain. Okay, so Kurt Cobain, Robert Pattinson, Isaac Newton, Sir Isaac Newton, excuse me, Heath Ledger, Jimi Hendrix, Gwen Stefani, Courtney Love, Drew Barrymore, and then here's the name I gasped at, Janis Joplin. And then we'll finish up with Drake, Misha Barton, Nicole Richie, Jack White, and Adam Sandler. So if you've ever heard of the 27 Club, it's kind of like a morbid club that you wouldn't want to be involved in, but it is famous musicians pretty much, I think it's mostly musicians, that have passed away at the age of 27. So I saw Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, and then, you know, I saw, not that Courtney Love passed away, but she was with Kurt Cobain, so that was like kind of a weird thing too. And then Heath Ledger was 28, but he also died tragically young in like a tragic manner like the other two, Kurt Cobain and Jimi Hendrix. And then I was like, wouldn't it be weird if Janis Joplin also had a moon in Cancer? I was like, no. So I'm like looking, and then I was like, because she does. She has a moon in Cancer. And that's definitely a trend. Just saying. Very shocking. So, I mean, not that shocking. When I do moons, I tend to see a lot of trends. But, pretty cool, actually. So, now we have Scorpio, which is in its fall. And so that's not, you know, the most comfortable place to be. Scorpio is just not the best placement for a moon. But when I say that, like, it doesn't mean, like, oh my god, your life is doomed. It just means that you need to be aware of these things, and changes can be made as long as you, like, put some effort into it. It's just going to be more of a challenge for you. You just gotta work with it. A-okay? I don't know why I'm shooting A-okay signs. It's weird. Scorpio moons tend to consider their pride very important, and because of this, they can be very easily hurt. Their emotions are very intense, and they can experience a lot of highs and a lot of lows. They try to hide their true feelings, but this can just make things worse. But, you know, it's what makes them feel safe. Scorpio moons crave intimacy. It's where they feel most secure, with a complex, powerful relationship with another person. That is where a Scorpio moon gets its security from. These people are intense, and they hate the feeling, like they hate feeling like somebody's controlling them, so in turn, it's kind of in their nature to want to control others, but they have to be really careful not to do this, because in the end, ultimately, they can be the ones that end up getting hurt by trying to control everybody around them. They tend to be like physical people. They're strong, and they are usually very passionate about life. They are passionate about a lot of things. Their feelings are just so deep that it can bring about the worst, like jealousy, aggression, manipulation. If they're aware that this happens to them, Scorpio moon's goal should be to just let things slide, like try to just take it easy, don't get too caught up with the little things. And if they can just attempt to be more easygoing about how they handle things, life won't be quite as intense, but of course this is a very difficult thing to do because it's against the nature of where the moon lies. So, some celebrities that have a Scorpio moon, and here we go with some more trends. We have J-Lo, Beyonce, ScarJo, or Scarlett Johansson, however you say it, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry. Are we seeing a little bit of a diva trend here? Because I am. Also passionate people that genuinely are like going for their goals. So that's another thing to consider. They all sing about getting hurt too. Not ScarJo, but the others have definitely sung about that. And made a career off of it. Right along with this diva trend, we have Mariah Carey, Miley Cyrus, Elizabeth Taylor, Bob Marley, James Dean, Avril Lavigne, and Will Smith and Ben Affleck. Okay, so now we're going to talk about having your moon in Pisces. This person can be a little bit lost in their dreams. They can sometimes spend a little bit too much time in Fantasyland, but you can't really blame them because they're just so extremely sensitive that sometimes it's better to live in a little dreamland than it is to be in reality. They can almost become trapped within their emotions, and they can become hurt very easily, and whereas a Scorpio's moon's reaction is to, like, attack back, that was a Scorpio tale. The Pisces moon is more gentle and fragile, and when they get hurt, they kind of break on the inside. They can sometimes, or a lot of times, be, like, really unrealistic, so this kind of, you know, doesn't make it easier, and they can get hurt easier because of this, because, like, their expectations tend to be unrealistic. It's easier for them to get hurt. There we go. They're typically very creative in some way, and they love to, like, be engaged in, like, things that they find fascinating. They have a hard time living in reality, and it can be really hard for them to handle and deal with the mundane parts of life. Where Scorpio moons have intense reactions to things, Pisces moons have complex ones. They are incredibly receptive and empathetic to others. It's really to the point where they might seem, or they could actually be, psychic. They can be mysterious, and they would make really great writers, painters, musicians, like artists in any way. You know, this just gives them these kind of jobs or hobbies. It gives them a place where they can just anchor their emotions and their feelings. Pisces moons really need to be careful not to get caught up in others' negative energy, and they really just need to learn how to ignore it, but that's really hard. A lot easier said than done. Because they are so in tune to others' feelings, they can be easily swayed by negative energy just by being around it. You know, like, their mood can go from feeling great, and then they're around someone that's kind of in a bad mood, and they're instantly in a bad mood as well, because they're just so, like I said, in tuned with that other person. They also kind of find it tough to stick up for themselves. So knowing this and being conscious of who they spend their time with can really help a Pisces moon, you know, remain in a happier state and not get caught up in too much bad, negative energy and emotions and behavior. So, some celebrities with a Pisces moon. You comment below if you see a trend with these celebrities that have a Pisces moon. Comment below, let me know what you think. We have MJ, or Michael Jackson, Elvis, Da Vinci, Kim Kardashian, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Audrey Hepburn, Robert De Niro, Robin Williams, and I just want to point out that he actually had his sun in Cancer, so sun in Cancer, moon in Pisces, a lot of emotional stuff going on there. Kanye West, so here's our second couple. First we had Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love with Cancer moons. And then now we have Kim Kardashian and Kanye West with Pisces moons. Prince, Frank Sinatra, Winona Ryder, and Michelangelo. So that is it for having your moon in a water sign. I hope this was helpful and you enjoyed it. I will hopefully be finishing up the How to Get with Different Women in the Zodiac. Sorry it's so delayed. I just wasn't feeling inspired to do it. I put a lot into those videos. If you notice, they're usually really lengthy because I want them to actually like be helpful for people and not just like a video I didn't put enough effort into. So that is why they've been on a little bit of a delay, because I kind of wanted to take some time off from doing the same sort of video over and over again. And I've really enjoyed talking about moon signs. If any of you have any like fun suggestions for like shorter, just more fun videos, please leave them below in the comment box. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, have a good day or night. My background is sticking to me. Glitter. Can this stop it? It's gonna kill this thing. It's so annoying. God, this is really irritating. Okay, I'm just gonna have a little friend. It's sticking to me like glue.